हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू स्टेनो एस्पिरेंट्स। इस मैटर की पीडीएफ और डिफ़िकल्ट वर्ड्स के लिए आप टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। बी रेडी, स्टार्ट। In the instant case, the court finds that the workers had filed an application for production of the attendance and payment register. This was the best piece of evidence which would prove the actual number of days which the workmen had put in each crushing season. This evidence could not be produced by the workers since these registers were maintained by the employers. The workers had filed an application for production of these records, which was conveniently opposed by the employers on the ground that the records have become very old and are not in a position to produce these records, apart from the fact that the employers also alleged that the production of records are irrelevant to the issue involved in the proceedings. No doubt, records relating to 20 years were asked, but the record of preceding 3 years from the date of the alleged termination were also summoned, which ought to have been produced by the employers, but the same was not done. If the relevant records are not produced, an adverse inference can easily be drawn. The court finds that the witness of the employers admitted that the workers were working for more than 10 years. The witness is, however, silent as to how many days these workers were working in a crushing season, but admitted that these workers were paid the wages of an unskilled workman. The witness, in all probability, was contending that wages of a substitute or temporary workman was being paid. The witness admitted that attendance was taken in Form 12. The court is of the opinion that the initial burden of the employers to prove their case was not discharged. The employers contended that these workers were working as substitute or temporary, and in order to prove this fact, the employers were required to produce their own register to show the number of days which they had worked and the payment made to them. By not producing the evidence, the petitioners did not discharge their initial burden, and when the onus shifted upon them, it became more relevant for the petitioners to discharge their burden, which they have miserably failed by non production of the relevant documents. This leads to an irresistible conclusion that the workers were working since long. The workers have filed a chart which has been signed by the general manager and was filed by the employers before the Deputy Labour Commissioner during the conciliation proceedings, indicating the working chart of the workers of the last 10 years preceding the date of their termination. Unfortunately, the Labour Court has not discussed anything on this vital piece of evidence, nor has the chart been produced by either of the parties before this court, and therefore this court is not in a position to judge as to whether the workers had worked for more than the second half of the crushing season or had worked from the start of the crushing season till the end of the crushing season. But this much is clear that the workers were working in some capacity or the other for the last 10 years preceding the date of the order of termination. The Labour Court also gave a finding that the workers were working as seasonal employees. Since the factory has closed down, the Labour Court awarded the compensation at the rate rupees 75,000 per workman, holding that the seasonal workers were getting rupees 5,500 per month. In the light of the aforesaid, and having heard the learned counsel for the parties and having considered the evidence, the court is of the opinion that the order of the labor court holding that the order of termination was illegal was perfectly correct and justified. Stop.